RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
All right. Welcome curling fans and good afternoon. Sorry we had some commentating delays there. This is Ryan Jakes, and we've got Gord Copethorne as well on the line.
Good afternoon, everybody. I see you got an end and a half of your imaginations being the greatest commentators in Southern Alberta.
Yes, and believe it, we were.
We said all kinds of brilliant things that nobody got to hear. So now we just get to repeat ourselves.
I have to remember what I said. I don't know if I can be a genius twice.
Well, you complimented your sister and promised to be non-biased, and I believe you completely. So we got that one off the table. All right.
Exactly.
So we got Gracelyn Richards, the team out of U of A, playing against Krysta Hilker. They're from down south, Sydney Libis, Jamie Scott, Karen Flory, and Krysta Hilker. We've crossed paths with them many of times as Albertans as well. So friends and biases, I'll be darned. This should be a great game. We see Hilker took 2 in the first end. I didn't get to see much of that end. Was it well done? Was it a fun end?
It was quite open. Emma Yarmich, throwing now, made a highlight reel shot, a slash triple to open up the house. And then very open end, Krysta Hilker made an excellent come around, a very wide corner guard. Oh, no.
An unfortunate little tickle on the front. That's a waste of a rock, sadly.
So close. Well, I should probably play the triple after that little tick. Oh, it was a different shot. Oh, I saved this one as well.
This was the split. That was a good shot to start this one off.
Yes.
That was great.
Absolutely. But it was a great triple in the first end as well. And then Gracelyn not quite being able to lock in the draw weight on the corner freeze last end. So Hilker drew for 2. But as I was so brilliantly saying, but was not heard by anyone, it's a long game ahead. And 10 ends, you have lots of time to make it up. I am also playing in this event, and we were down 2 this morning, and we came back and managed to win the game against a very talented, also U of A team, Team Davies.
Oops, kind of a trade of mistakes there. Yellow had a little mistake, followed by red having a little mistake, so trade of paper cuts there. Gracelyn's got a wide open rock now for a hit and roll.
Yeah, and one theme that, or trend that I've been seeing so far this game is over curls, which does not surprise me. They sharpened the rocks last night so that there can be enough curl throughout the entire event, which runs until Sunday. And it was curling a lot in our game. We were the guinea pigs. We smoothed out the rocks a lot, but still seeing a bit of extra action than we were yesterday.
Calling me crazy. Is that not a father figure in the background there?
I believe it is. A very proud dad. Yep.
All right. Well, that hit and rolled, quote unquote, the wrong way. A bit of a late change of plan, but that's fine. Hilker will be looking to just try to roll under those guards. It'll be under the tee line, but at least it takes that outside yellow out of play. So looking for about a 3-foot roll to the left as we're looking at it. Just kind of back 4 foot under that pair of red guards. Tight guards. Call them what you will. So we got, what is that? Sydney Libis on the left and Jamie Scott on the right. Krysta with the throw. Ooh, it's also over curling. Case in point to what you were saying. Yellow removed, but certainly not really taking advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah, I definitely want to see both teams make the adjustment. I hope they've at least noticed that there's a trend of over curls, but you have to do something about it. Throw a little more weight than you normally would. Just take more ice. Make sure your rotation is good. there has to be some sort of action, and whoever does that first, they're going to run away with the first half of this game.
We should probably also throw it out there for the average viewer. If rocks get textured or a sheet gets notably changed mid-event, the teams do get notified, so it's not like they're thrown out there blind to the wolves.
Yep, there was an email about it. I don't know if my sister even has email or reads emails, but
well, there's 4 of them.
These days,
one person read the email.
I guess so. I'm sure one of them found the email. I'm just teasing.
So we got what do we got here? Amy Wheatcroft and Rachel getting ready to sweep. Gracelyn down in the hack.
Actually,
that's not. That's
they're mixing up the lineup a bit this year. Yeah. They got a 5-player team situation going on, and the current lineup is Sophia playing lead and Rachel playing second.
Yeah, fair enough. And I believe you said Yarmich is also part of the rotation this game.
Yes.
Okay. Taking notes fast and
I
furious.
believe they're a bit more set on the back end, set positions. Oh, a great sweep.
That was a really nice play, a really nice intent. I don't know who's actually shot there. I did like that idea of coming around to bite the top 4 with that intern. Even with a piece of it showing, the hit and roll just takes the red rock, if you will, out of play. Unfortunately, about 4 feet short, leaving some options. You could see a red tap. You could see a little short run back to get rid of a yellow.
Oh, if you fire it straight into the middle of those 2 rocks, I think you get both yellows.
Yeah, you sure
it's
could.
Tempting. It would be very fancy, but I think that the tap is good enough. You only have to move it a rock.
Yes, to your point, you could run that top red straight back and basically split the 2 in the top of the house, and the red goes over to the other yellow, yada, yada. Lots of rocks in motion, but more rocks in motion is always more opportunities for unexpected issues. I like the tap, but it does mean you're leaving 2 rocks, yellows, possibly to count. Now, you have a 2-point lead. It's only the second end. The cautious human being would say, just get rid of a yellow. And that short red-yellow hit seems pretty easy.
Yeah, lots of margin on that. It's such a short run back. You can even come off the red one if you throw it hard enough. So
it
should be very makeable. But Krysta Hilker proved that she has draw weight in her back pocket this early in the game with 2 excellent, perfect really, draws in the first end to get the 2 points out of almost nowhere. So might as well keep doing what you're doing and play this tap. You want to tap it far enough so that it's not a short yellow slash for 2.
You could also do this just as a straight draw. There's enough swing. Back 4, back 8, it doesn't matter as long as they're out counting the 2 yellows.
Yep, that is very true.
I'm not sure. I'm assuming this is tap ice. I haven't been on this game quite enough to know the ice. Does that look like tap ice to you?
Yeah, I'd say so for sure. Yesterday it was about 3.5 feet of curl, give or take. And then today's more like 4.5 to 5.
Good. So there you go. Looking to tap this one into the 4-foot. Even back 4 is fine. Distance is never your enemy in this case. Stealing would be nice. Forcing 1 is also a really good outcome. It's really walking across. This might not even go back. This might go open. Tick. Oh, a little excuse me shot. Well, you are shot. The nice thing you could say is that red 1 might catch over on the other yellow if she tries this double, but the shooter will also be out of the house. So it took the 3 out of play.
Yeah, it worked out. It was pretty close to disaster. Give it 3.
Was. If she doesn't tickle that front one, she pushes herself wide open for a gimme hit for 3. So a little bit of fortune. All right, so we're basically looking for a double takeout here. If you hit it wrong. It may spill over into that far yellow, but it should go underneath of it.
Yeah, I think if you get to nose, you're fine.
Yeah.
If you're hitting it high, you might roll into the yellow, like you say, or you might even just roll it into the 8-foot anyways by itself. Well, let's see what happens here.
All right, looking for a nose double to take 2 and tie the game. Nice clean throw. Sweeper's ready. It's got to be close. Trying to work it over, getting a bit on the high side. Woohoo! Is it going to go far enough? I don't know.
That looks like a 1 to me.
Just a bit thin. All right, that's 1 on the board for Richards, making it 2-1 after 2. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. TheRockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Welcome back, everybody. We're coming to you live from Okotoks, Alberta, for this year's provincial qualifier, men's and women's action. We're watching Gracelyn Richards versus Krysta Hilker. This is Curling Stadium. My name's Gord Coppathorne. We got Ryan Jakes in the background and Kaylee on the cameras. Thanks to everybody involved in helping make this an exciting match. All right.
And most of all, thanks to the curlers for curling.
Well, then you can double pat yourself on the back, working and curling.
Yes.
All right. Well, 2 in the bag, 2-1. Richards had a chance for a 2. Hilker got a little bit lucky in not giving up a easy 3. So, hey, you got to kind of take the happy accidents you get. This ends setting up kind of smoothly. We had Richards putting up the center guard, fairly standard. Hilker deciding, you know what, tight game, early ends, let's just play around the center as opposed to a corner guard. That's quite often a team's preference. Corner guard is more seasoned, if you will. Playing around the center cuts the scoring area down. But hey, some people find the strategy easier. So, to each their own. What's your preference? Ryan, do you like corner guards or do you like just crashing the 4-foot?
Yeah, I like corner guards when you're tied or losing on the scoreboard. That gives you a chance for some offense. But I do like coming around the center guard otherwise. Sometimes when you're tied, it's nice to, even though it does cut the scoring area down, it's nice to beat the other team into the 4-foot.
Yeah, and the evolution of mixed doubles has made seeing and managing those angles such a different beast. So this is becoming more and more common for sure.
Absolutely.
To that point, this is very much looking like mixed doubles so far. 1 semi-tight guard, 3 rocks around the center.
Yep.
Looking for a freeze back here. And that's where 4 feet of curl really makes the game exciting. When you're down in 2.5, 3, these kinds of plays just aren't there. Little bit overthrown. You might say a lot overthrown. But hey,
Yeah.
2 rocks in the house. 2 reds in play. Hard to hit the top red one without risking the yellow. I like this. Put a yellow in between it all, so it's hard to get them moving. The hit and roll is my first thought, but to your point, I'm not sure they're quite reading the curl entirely right yet. So do you dare take that risk on?
And you don't have much margin. You'd hate to slash the red into your yellow, and you'd hate to peel your own guard.
Yep.
And throw the whole end away. So
you could have the happy nose double if you don't quite get the roll. Roll would be preferred, but the double wouldn't be that bad. And Rachel picked the wrong rock, apparently. She either can't count or they wanted one that was different in the pair. Some people have mismatched pairs, a swingier rock or a straighter rock. So it's not always an accident. Anyways, here's Rachel on the throw, looking for a hit and roll. A little bit narrow, judging by the wiggly hand and the sweepers going. See if Grayson's got a feel for the curl yet. It's looking really close, really bending.
Oh, they've got a good handle on it.
There's the hit. There's a little flop. Removing the red wasn't essential. Would have been nice, but hey, that was a really nice hit and roll. Hilker's hitting the defense button. Time to get rid of the guard. See, we can't get 2 yellows moving.
Yeah, not surprised by this at all. The teams are often peeling that center guard on their first shot, the first opportunity that they get.
Yeah, it's way too early in the game to be playing risky. Looking for... Oh, all right. That was not the 2 yellow I was picturing leaving, and probably not the 2 they were calling, but hey, 2 yellows left the house, and it's looking quite a bit better for red right now.
Yeah, that'll work.
So here
It was always in play.
I think, to me, I'm picturing straight back, double the front 2 yellows. Seems to ride a little wide on them, but they're also sweeping, so hey, good on them. Across the face, 2 yellows. Nicely
Avoid
done.
the back one. Well done. Yeah.
All right, Rachel's switching to draw gear.
Trying to curl it over.
It's a slick little spot. Not second. Sorry, not shot, but it is definitely second. A double seems kind of tough.
Yeah, maybe I'm just feeling it from last end, but I kind of like the running it into the middle again. If you hit it between those 2 yellows, you sit 3, and you get the corner guard out of the way a bit. Maybe a little bit too fancy, though. I'm not sure I would be making that anyway if I were throwing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be typically calling this, but hey. You do have those 2 reds in the back to catch things with, which is a bit scary.
Yeah. But looks like a pretty good throw. A little unlucky there.
Yeah. Didn't move the tight yellow. Lost a red in the back. You're now sitting 1 and 4. Not sure I would call that a great outcome.
Yeah. Really close to being good.
Thinner would have been brilliant. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Gracelyn's going to make a play on this back red one. Makes perfect sense. You have 1 fairly well buried. You don't have hammer. Keeping this in the back of the 4-foot's not really... I don't even know if you'd want to, frankly. Rolling away is probably good. You don't need any kind of backing or hit and roll play. So this is Yarmich's first. Just looking to move that red. It's really swinging on her. This is all over the front. Well, the good news Your rock stayed in the house. The bad news is you opened your comfort yellow wide up. So this is a, gee, thank you. Let me hit that one for you.
No kidding. And I'm not sure they're going to be very happy with where that rolled to anyways, because Team Hilker now has the option to roll into the yellow rock, a soft weight double kind of shot.
Absolutely.
And they'd be in front of the other yellow. So.
Yeah. This one's really curling too. They're going to lose their back red. Whee! Once again, trading mistakes. And sadly, really missing them the wrong way. Like, you probably could have hit that one super thin. And to your point, you would have just caught into those yellows. Over curling was a disastrous outcome.
Yeah, I think they could have planned that shot better in advance. Maybe the throw was just too far off, but yeah, you just had to be on the high side. You'd rather flash than do that.
I won't argue with you on that.
Yeah. So yeah, both teams just saw an overcurl again. They have to commit to making that adjustment. I'm sure they have noticed that happening now. We've started to see it. We've seen more shots being made on the line. Some nice hit and rolls earlier in this end from both teams, and a nice run back. This one maybe a bit. That looks like a lot of weight.
I was gonna say they picked up the weight a lot there and got no curl out of it. So there must be a point. You know, it's usually around 10 and a half seconds where you lose a significant amount of curl. So yeah, maybe they got a little nervous and overthrew that one. Well, it did get rid of an opponent's rock. Did get rid of one of your own rocks. So this is a hit and probably try to roll under the guards. We're looking at hit and stay in scoring range. But rolling under the guards would be ideal. This is, again, wildly over curling.
Is it going to stay? It's huge if it stays in the house.
There's a yes, but stayed in the house, but it's technically third.
Yep. But it does mean that Team Richards, well, I guess they could, but if they play the run back, they'll just have a nose hit to sit too.
Yeah. You could also just put another rock in play to count those two reds out. You could hit this one to be super defensive. Now, you don't have hammer, so I certainly understand this.
Yeah, it's tough. If those rocks were a little closer to center, I think Gracelyn would be drawing around all day, but it's a really wide path. It's been quite a bit slower once you get wide, as it usually is in curling rinks. Though we are playing on fresh arena ice here, and they've done a wonderful job with that.
Do you think you could actually have played the out turn cross center? Because we've just seen how many hits curl hard. Do you think you could bury back four with an out turn?
Definitely. Just a little risky, as if you're ever showing on the open side, you might leave a double or hit and roll towards the yellow rock. So just not really any great options here. Unless they make this roll.
Okay, red gone. And unfortunately, yellow gone.
Yeah, and I think they're just going to hit this open yellow, and I don't see how you force Team Hilker here.
This is either you say you earned your two, or you throw a lot of gamble out there and play that draw we were just talking about. But in the third end, I don't think anybody would do that. So basically looking to trade hits. Does create an unfortunate 3-1 hole if it plays out like they're both kind of picturing. But early enough in the game, you can manage that.
Or rather, 4-1 down.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I was trying to. I was picturing up 3 in my head, and that's where the 3 came from. Yes, 4-1, 3-point lead, undesirable but manageable. That was the sentence I was trying to spit out. Thank you for the audit. All right, looking for hit and stay in play. Ideally stick it, but let's not overestimate this sheet right now because they're still on a learning curve. Well, they definitely got contact. And that'll stick around. Opens up a little window of get out of jail free card. Gracelyn does have a chance to roll underneath the Reds and turn it into a force. It might be deep enough that they could make a play on it if it perfectly buries, but that would be kind of daring.
Yeah, I think I like this. It's a reasonable chance to get one buried. You'll be really far back, but still closer than the other end.
All right. Looking for a 3-foot roll under the 2 red guards. Force Hilker to either 1 or an incredibly hard shot for 2. But step number 1, remove red. Step number 2, get that roll. Still not seeing a lot of ice on these shots. They don't seem to want to open it up. So let's see what this does. Decent weight. Sticking with it. Definitely making contact. Rolling. Oh. Well, just because I said they've been overdoing it, they finally underdid one. As a coach, I would say that at least shows improvement.
Yes. Now you can find the middle instead of making the same mistake over and over again.
Yeah, 2 feet more curl would have been roll, I should say, would have been absolutely brilliant. Even half a rock would have made this tricky. But hey, you learned something. You made your hit. Now let's see if Krysta can make this one go away and stick around. Also has decent weight on it. Looking to make it curl. I got 10 on that one, so it's plenty of weight. Nose hit. There's your 2. All right. After 3 ends, it's a 4-1 lead for Hilker over Richards. Plenty of ends still to come. We'll be right back.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Welcome back, everybody. We're in Okotoks, Alberta. Today's afternoon draw, watching the ladies' provincial qualifying round robin matches. This is Krysta Hilker versus Gracelyn Richards. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. Click it, like it, follow it, comments, anything. We're happy to hear from you. My name's Gord Coppathorne. With me today is Ryan Jakes. Participant, cameraman, yes. Well, not cameraman, everything else, man.
Exactly.
Producer, there you go.
In theory, could be cameraman too. I am
so
a multitasking
powerful.
genius.
Ryan, the producer.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to roll with Hilker, was going for a guard, and tripped into the house. Gracelyn decided to leave it alone and put up the corner guard. Not to be surprised, considering she's down 3. So now Hilker's looking to actually go around the not really center guard. They could have chose to put up a better center guard, but you know what? To each their own. It's kind of hanging out there, funny enough. They got lots of air on that guard. Let's see how far over it can go. Flurry tried her darndest on that, but couldn't quite get it. But hey, 2 reds in the house. Gracelyn looking to make use of the corner guard.
Yeah, Hilker's going to be pretty comfortable with that setup. Always good to have 2 rocks top of the house.
And nothing near the corner guard, which makes the hits and rolls long and complicated.
Yep. Yeah, so what do you think, Gord? How does Team Richards have to... What do they have to do to tie this game up? Don't have to do it right now.
No, it takes all 8 rocks to do it.
But you better tie it by the end of the game, otherwise you lose. So
I'm a 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 kind of guy. This day and age, though, forcing 1 is actually becoming almost harder and harder. Funny enough, that's becoming almost the hardest play. But that said, you can't get too jumpy. You don't need to, as you put it, get all 3 points back in one end. It would feel so nice to get 2 here and force 1. Like that's a confidence builder even of itself.
for sure. Yeah, and I'm sure that's the goal of Team Richards here, just throwing the 1 corner, so they're presumably happy with the deuce here, not pushing too hard for 3. But they did leave a little piece showing here for Jamie Scott.
Yeah, I find it interesting. I'm trying to decide if they are actually hitting this out or just coming to it. It's kind of seemed like ice for about a hack the board weight hit, so...
Yeah, that's why I'm seeing a hack waiter. We're seeing quite a few teams maybe overdid it a little bit. But we're seeing teams play that hack waiter and try to chip the guard if they're a little tight. Just chip it over, which is a good shot too. But you can't hit too much of it. Half rock, that won't play.
We are playing the free or the 5 rock rule here, so that guard goes back up there. Part of why I didn't love that call, I kind of wondered if a freeze or 1 more rock down the middle might have made more sense and save that for the next one, because, hey, if that had been 1 rock later and you clipped the guard, you'd been happy about it. So maybe a little jumpy there on that one, especially considering it was back 12. Anyways, Rachel being asked to put another one, I assume, higher underneath that corner guard. It's got a long way to go. There it goes. It's walking over.
Walking over with the help of a good sweep.
Well, there you are. So there you go. That's much better buried. Also covering a bit of the back one. Now Hilker is kind of thinking, hey, rip the corner or rip that guard off and hope for a mistake. You could freeze. Cuts a lot of that off by just freezing to it, but it's a bit of a trickier shot, so to speak.
Yeah, might play the freeze if your second has their draw weight down and it's a 1-point game, but you're up 3. That's no need to blow their brains out here. Yeah,
no need to be too risky. Or even if it had been like the third's second shot, maybe you'd have said, all right, heck with it, let's throw the freeze.
Yeah. This could be a good roll.
Run back,
it's going to sit.
Ooh, a little tuck back.
Sneaky.
All right. Guarding shot rock. Gracelyn's not too concerned about that half of the sheet just yet, trying to secure her points in the wing. But that does make getting rid of the reds a lot harder. Roots are looking to put the guard back.
Yeah, I must admit I'm a little surprised to not see a hit on that top red.
I could see how they might wait till the thirds.
Yeah.
The kicker here is you're actually setting up that exact same scenario.
Well,
so
that's
now
my
Hilker
worry.
can run straight back or roll another guard in front of that mess of red.
or even just the freeze like you were talking about is a much better option now with that red rock very safely protected.
And that guard a little bit farther over.
Yeah. Yeah, what I like about the hit on the top 12 rock is that it opens up the draw path to use the other corner guard that Team Hilker has provided you.
Yep. All right, rock coming into play. We're close to the run back. There's one. There's two. All right. We're going to call that good. You made the double. 2 yellows in the corner, but you did leave him a corner guard. So it was only kind of half happy moment.
Yep.
Now I'm a bit surprised to your point that Gracelyn's still ignoring those front ones. You could play the hit and long-ish roll. And if it's in the house, Hilker kind of has to deal with it, but then the red one's finally accessible. I think I'd have played the hit. You?
Yep, I definitely leaning towards it on the previous shot, but on this one I would definitely be playing some sort of hit, whether that's maybe the double, maybe just a hit and roll.
Because it's going to take either one really good shot or 2 decent shots to get that red out of that top 8.
Exactly.
This is a little heavy, though.
And if this one goes deep, your yellows are gone. Team Hilker is just going to freeze down.
Yep. Definitely not where you were scripting that one to end up. Seems a bit... Yeah, I was just going to say, seems like she's looking at the run back again. Now, they played it twice. They know how to run that line, but the freeze would seem easier. Even if you're a foot short, it's fine.
Yeah, you got lots of room to work
6
with.
inches heavy to 2 feet light is fine here, right?
Yep. Well, and the way the red's guarded, even if you're 3 feet heavy and you bounce right off, I wouldn't be too fussed. As long as you're sitting 2 here.
Yep. All right, so this is Karen Flory looking to put a red in front of all that silly yellow business at the back. They've clipped the guard a couple of times. They're really working this. Oh, they're going to clip it again. Roll that as best as you can.
But that rolled to a pretty nice spot.
It certainly says draw behind me. Unless, well... I wouldn't say these are ideal angles for a peel. But, to your point, you got to get to that red one somehow.
I don't know. I think you might be right on that come around piece.
My bro would have been on the ice already.
Yep.
There's no good red rock if you get it into the top 4.
Yeah.
Those are really nice guard style angles.
I feel like even if you make this, Team Hilker can see a good chunk of those yellow ones. They can make that double pretty easily. And then Team Richards, even if they come around, Team Hilker will be able to run it back. It'll be wide open.
Well, let's see what we got here. There's 1 red, 2 reds moving. Still didn't get the shot rock. Left Hilker with a plethora of options. Does open up a skips deuce type setup, right? You do have a center guard that's yellow, so something to consider.
Yeah, it worked out all right, and a short hit and roll to get behind that center guard.
I still don't think that was the best option on the table, but still a good outcome.
For sure. Well, this is an interesting situation here. Team Hilker has got to be careful. A lot of the time, you want to freeze near the nose so that your rock is hard to remove. But if you freeze on the nose here, Team Richards has that crosshouse double to sit 3 because they can punch it out to the side. So,
I was actually wondering if just straight draw shot, mostly under the corner guard, is better than the freeze. Keep it kind of flat. But to your point, at the very least, you got to be frozen on the center line side of those rocks.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Like they've got a good handle on it. They're coming down nicely here.
Scott and Libis sure look like they like it. Seems
Ooh.
a hair warm to me. Oh,
Ooh, that got really close to the center guard.
Oy, oy. Well, you are sitting 2.
Yeah, I think it stopped in an okay spot.
Yeah, the problem is it's very removable for a 3 or a 4 if the next shot doesn't turn out well. But hey, it is what it is.
Yep.
So I agree with Gracelyn here. Hit this, get as buried as you can, and maybe you goad them into a run back. Maybe they whiff that one, then you got your shot for 4. I think you ignore those back ones for now. I question if you could play a double into it, but then all your rocks are piled in that corner, and that's not helpful anyway.
Yeah, not sure that would be so good. Yeah, the short roll seems like a good option. Maybe a plan B would be a roll to freeze on that red rock. But
Yes,
then
would be
Team
better
Hilker
than
just
taking.
throws the same shot.
Yeah, looking to roll right into that center guard. It'll be just high of the center line. That'd be a good outcome.
Yeah, let's see what Gracelyn's got here.
Oh, full of the broom. It's got a long way to go. Looking to get a little extra curl out of it. Sophia's trying her darndest. Don't have a lot of it. Well, there's that super thin into the pile.
Ooh, pretty nice angle.
It sure is. That was, as you said, Plan B. Plan B was a good plan.
Yep, it'll do the trick.
Yeah.
Now, where does Team Hilker go
That was my
to keep
first
them
thought.
to a
Top
maximum
4.
of 2? 2 is okay for Team Hilker to give up.
You
Not
could freeze to the back, but then there's going to be some kind of a hit for points.
Yeah.
Drawing top 4 is kind of a force one, steal one shot. Right about,
Yeah, I think so.
Even if you leave a piece of the rock showing and you're biting the button, any kind of hit's just going to plow into that pile again anyway. I really like
Good
this.
point. Yeah.
It's going to put a lot of pressure on Gracelyn. If you leave, call it a quarter of the rock showing, then she either has to outdraw it or very politely push it through.
Or you might even see her just say, "Oh, I'm not playing around here. We're doing the run back," and make it. Stick it right there.
I love your
That's
confidence.
not the easiest shot with the curl that we're seeing out here today. And that's how my team lost our game in the A event. We're on the edge sheet. It was curling a little bit more, going one direction. And we had to make a run back to win the game. And it was looking great. And it just came right over past the hog line. And we noticed it. Very sad finish.
Well, this is kind of looking like we scripted. Just give me a hair short of the plan. So
But good
Gracelyn's
enough.
sitting 1. I actually don't horribly mind that because it's going to leave her the draw for 2, yes, but she's not going to try something audacious for 3 or 4.
For sure. A
Yeah,
bit scary though. If
farther
you're a
was
rock
played.
higher, it's an open hit for 4.
Correct.
That's not
Correct.
very far away. But the sweepers got it there. They worked hard. Did what they needed to do. Now let's see if they can get 2 points here. What kind of shot they would play.
I'm kind of curious what all the conversation is about, unless they're talking turns, but okay. I guess they're thinking nose hit their own is 2s. It would be. Throw your rock into the pile. It's definitely going to outcount the front one. Then you got to keep your shooter. Seems a bit weird when you have the whole 8 foot to draw to.
But there's not really a great draw path, right? The corner guards are in the way a bit.
Out-turn looks reasonable to me. You
Out-
could even go
out-turn's-
across it
out-turn's
all
there,
and
for sure.
freeze that Hilker tried a couple of times.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
Choices
whatever
are there.
shot it takes.
Oh, exactly. Whichever one you're comfortable with, go ahead and throw it. On it early. Didn't seem like a ton of weight. I'm kind of curious what this is going to time out at.
Yeah. Gracelyn watching it intently. Oh,
I
it's
got
curling
12.
a lot.
That's not the weight they were likely after. Got away with it though. All right.
I guess there was a lot of margin on that shot.
Not planned, not scripted, but that's 2. So that makes it a 4-3 match. Hilker has hammer and a 1-point lead after 4. We'll be right back.
This needs to be the fastest last-minute pregame snack run ever seen.
That's right. The fans of great taste are going wild.
Can he make it? Yes! He's done it! Original 16. You can celebrate every win.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Alberta Provincial Qualifier. This is Thursday afternoon action. We're here over on the Edge sheet. There are plenty of other draws and games available. I certainly encourage people to watch all day, every day, streams galore, curling stadium, beautiful content. And all the games I've watched so far have been nothing but exciting. A little bit of fun and bedazzle in here. They textured the rocks over the weekend, so getting a little bit more curl as well, which always increases the excitement. Kudos to the ice team.
Absolutely. And I should also add in, if you're in Okotoks right now, why not come down and see all this action for yourself? There's a fun little briar patch area with fun games for the kids, drinks, of course. It's some live music here and there, I believe. I don't know the details on that, but it's bound to be an exciting place these next few days.
And of course, you can always come watch Ryan live in action. When's your next game, bud?
A long time from now. So they've combined the men's and women's events this year because of the Olympics, I believe. So it's only 2 women's games and 2 men's games every draw. So it's quite spread out. Started on Monday, goes until Sunday. So we played this morning. And our next game is going to be Saturday morning.
I feel like I just threw a test question at you. That was a lot of work to answer. But good job on figuring it out.
Lots of thinking.
All right, we got a bit of another mixed doubles end setting up here. This is exactly how it played out last time Hilker had hammer. Gracelyn threw the center guard. Hilker went right around it. Gracelyn chased her, and, well, here's the chase back. Last time they were a bit heavy and pushed the rocks deep. Ended up working fairly well for Hilker, so let's see how this one plays out. Sydney Libis trying for the corner freeze. It looks close. Don't want to bounce off. That's the no-no here. Nicely done. Perfect team shot. Gracelyn thinking, hey, let's just freeze the back one. Which, you know what? When I was growing up, there wasn't a chance in heck you would ever call that with 2.5 to 3 feet of curl. But this ice is phenomenal. These rocks are sharp, and almost anything is an option. Now, the tricky thing with this shot is you don't have a lot of room for error. Heavy is definitely not good. Light sets up a sandwich on the front one, so pressure on Rachel here. You got about 2 square feet to drop this rock in.
She'll have no problem. She learned about pressure from me.
That's what older brothers are for, right?
Yep.
Looks
Darn
a
right.
little warm. Trying to get a little bit extra curl out of it. Looks really close. Well, the weight was bang on. Just didn't quite get the motion they were after. Good news is, with it being edge on edge, it would be rather daring to try to roll in. You'd most likely just set up a gimme double. So Hilker's looking to hit and roll away. Opportunities may come out of this. If I'm Hilker, I'm thinking, you know what, let's roll this to the 12-foot. Get it the heck out of there and make it a maybe second point later.
For sure. Even out of the house wouldn't be the end of the world.
Certainly better than leaving it there. Well, it's really close. There's the hit. There's the roll. Nibble. Nibble. Ooh.
Ooh, I don't think so.
I don't think there was any crunch in that one. I think that one just roll out. All right. Well, that was kind of 2 rocks with no gain, but hey, that's all right. 2 valiant efforts, 2 almost perfects. Now we're going to switch to the other side and say, okay, well, it didn't curl enough for the freeze, so let's tap one up to the freeze. You don't see this shot very often. The come around 2-foot tap in the 8-foot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very precise shot. I'm not sure I love it. Your shooter is bouncing open pretty much, even if you make it perfect. So
it does kind of milk or scream double.
Yeah.
As a thrower, you always hate those ones where you think, hey, if I make this perfect, it might be horrible for us.
Yep. I think that outcome's all right.
Yeah, that's a good outcome. That was the right way to miss that.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. It reminds me years ago watching Gunlickson playing in a Grand Slam event. And
oh, yeah.
I think it was Adam Casey playing third for him. And he calls a shot, and Adam lightly protests. Gunlickson sticks with the shot. Adam throws it, makes it exactly as called, slides down, and Gunlickson goes, that was exceptionally well thrown. I think you're right. That hurt us.
Oh, no.
I applauded Gunlickson's honesty.
Yep. That always hurts.
Anyways, anecdotes aside, that was a really nice outcome. Sure, red is shot and going to be tricky to get to, but forcing one here is fine. So Hilker says, let's clean up the front. We've certainly seen significant improvement in these hits after the first 2.5 ends. So I think they've learned the sheet.
Yep, I'd say so. They're figuring it out. Seems to be mostly settled in. It's just a matter of trusting it and trusting what you're seeing on the ice.
Ooh, not sure I was expecting this call. Harmich being asked to hit the front one. Might get all 3 rocks moving. That actually wouldn't be a terrible outcome. I was expecting just rearranging rocks, not smashing them. But hey, let's see what they come up with. Well, it definitely got rid of a red, and I assume that was the goal.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shot. It unlocked that angle that was going away from the red rock, and they still can't run the yellow. It's a bit guarded by the other yellow, but it gives them a chance to get at it later. So that's pretty good.
The only thing I don't love about it is none of those angles are actually aimed at the forefoot, except for maybe that one farthest sticking out.
Yeah, I guess you could play that slash.
Anyways, I don't mind what Hilker's thinking here of hit and roll something off to the edge.
Yeah.
You could technically throw another. Yeah. You could throw one back 8 into the edge, pull a Kevin Martin, something to think about shot, be second in the back 8.
Yeah, like you were wondering, Gord, I wonder if the hit was a bit too aggressive on the previous shot. Oh, dear.
Well, it all seemed to have worked out for Gracelyn.
Yeah, I stand corrected. I was wondering if Team Hilger made a double on that shot. You could be looking at a blank. There's still 3 rocks to come, even after that shot. So.
Yeah. That's probably what they were trying to do. It looks like they were trying to just slash the front yellow and then overcurl because they were on it right away. So my assumption is they wanted to double out the left 2 yellows and just didn't quite execute.
Yeah. Yeah, and this late in the game, that's probably on the throw to some extent. I'm sure they've got the broom placement figured out mostly.
Well, and thick was the way to miss that one.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Gracelyn looking to roll it, looking to hit it.
Yeah.
All right. Got away with a crazy one there. But does that bring blank back into play?
I think it does, Scored.
Can you get all 3 moving? Certainly possible. Definitely get rid of those 2 front ones, no question asked.
Yeah, but the misses seem to be a little contagious between the teams. When one team misses or has a half shot, the other team tends to follow.
I call that very polite curling. Oh, you missed one, I'll miss one too. Make you feel better. But yes, it's always been one miss. How about a third one? Well, we're very well into forced land now. I can't see a great steal setup short of a bad draw attempt by Hilker.
Well, and you never know. With all these yellows in the rings, it adds some extra pressure to the skip. You hit half a rock, you roll out, you throw it a little heavy, get into a new path. You never know.
Yeah, just saying you're not sitting there thinking, hey, I got the steal in the bag here. So
true. Yep.
You kind of set this up as I'm going to force one unless they make a mistake.
Yep, darn right.
So she's looking to put this one in front of the forefoot on the farther side of center line. Just kind of spread all the yellows around to take doubles away and make the draw harder. As long as she's not short and leaving something to nicely sneak in behind for a skip's deuce, that would be a tragedy. Something top house. Rachel with a broom down. It's got to be close. So it's almost as they scripted, right? Pretty darn close. I think they wanted about half a rock to the left, but that was the intention. Hard to hit and roll underneath the yellow. Even if you do, it's a really short run back. You kind of got to give that a try. That's kind of your only real shot at a 2, unless you wanted to try to draw through that port to the back 8. Or even around the one Gracelyn just threw. You could nibble back 4, goad her into a, call it 5-foot run back, and maybe you milk a 2 out of it. But if she stuffs it, then you got a problem. I might try the draw to the back 8 under that middle yellow. It's not a huge risk, but the hit and roll's a safer play.
Yeah, I think the hit and roll's nice, just because that yellow's in a very dangerous spot on the center line. But I don't mind the draw either. It gives you a practice shot for the next one.
I'm always a fan of throw the draw twice when you're pretty sure that's how you're going to get out of the end.
Yep.
This one's over curling. They're not going to get the roll. Gracelyn would just settle for hit the red.
Yeah, you hit it on the nose, and now I suppose you could hit and roll off the 8-foot rock, but you're probably drawing on the last shot. So maybe the come around was a good idea to get that feel down.
Yeah, you're going to have a port right down the middle to draw through, so there's not a lot of rocks in the way, but yeah, you also got to jump in there and throw a 4-foot draw.
But Krysta Hilker's had her draw weight locked in all game so far. Made some nice draws in the first end, as well as a freeze that was great last end, and a nice come around.
This one's also over curling. Going to give her the draw to the button style throw. Kind of takes most hits off the table. None of those are dead obvious. As I say that, she's like, let's hit and roll this one.
It's the safe play if you're not quite feeling a certain path. Very easy to just over curl, give them one, but you still have the hammer going into the 6th end.
This is fair. But to your point, she's not been showing signs of errant draws. So this technically is the harder way to get one, but is a nicer outcome on an error.
For sure. Well, and it's also scary to go for the one. You hit it a little bit too thin, it's a steal of 3, and you've just given the game right back. So wouldn't be surprised to see a steal here just to play it a bit safe, but we'll see how this is thrown and managed.
All right. Last rock coming down, looking for a little roll for 1. The happy the secondary outcome of steal of 1, which is kind of what this is looking like. Nose hit, more or less. That's steal of 1 for Richards. We've got a tie game going into the 5th and break. We'll be right back.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus and nurturing...
Yes. Curl in. Whoa. Oh, boy. John. Wheeling. The hell is all good.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Welcome back, everybody. We're in the fifth end break here in the Hilker-Richards match. It's a 4-4 tie. We've seen kind of a trade of mistakes creating weird opportunities. So, Ryan, how do one of these teams tip that over and take control?
Yeah, I think they could both use this fifth end break as a bit of a reset and just really trust what they're seeing in the ice. We're seeing lots of curl on the draws and the hits, and just fully commit to making the shots as best they can with what we're seeing on the ice.
Perfect. So yeah, open up the ice a little bit. Let's see if one of these two teams can adjust going into the second half. We'll be right back.
This needs to be the fastest last-minute pregame snack run ever seen.
That's right. The fans of great taste are going wild.
Can he make it? Yes! He's done it! Original 16. You can celebrate every win.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Welcome back, everybody. This is live ladies play here at Okotoks, Southern Alberta. Women's qualifying matches. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm sitting here thinking about what you said at the half there, Ryan, about who can adjust to the fact that everything's over curling. And it kind of makes me think that they're struggling to trust the new ice. What really stands out is there was a whole bunch of over curls and then suddenly 2 under curled, but they threw them too hard.
Yep.
So the coach almost needed to sit there and say, trust the ice has more curl because we're crashing or over curling more than under. So hopefully they had a good conversation.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. Just because it's curling doesn't mean you need to whip it. You just need to take a little bit more ice, right? There's a reason we don't throw very hard on hits and rolls and many shots. It's because you want to bring the sweepers into it. So that's where the softer weight comes in. Just open up the broom. It might look scary as you're sliding out, but you have to trust that that's what's going to happen, because we've seen a lot of over curls. A lot of the points on the scoreboard are because of over curls.
Yeah. I think the way I used to phrase this coaching these younger teams is take more ice for at least an end and learn from it. And if after an end they're all under curling, then don't listen to me anymore. And most of the time they learn that, yes, more ice is good.
Yep.
All right. Anyways, so 4-4 match. These are timed games. Maybe later this end we can take a quick peek at the clocks. It's been moving fairly quickly, so I assume no problems there. This is looking like it's going to be a bit of a cleaner end. 1 corner guard and 2 in the house. Call that 1, if nope, now none in the house. Really nice double. Didn't quite get to the roll to stick, but you got those 2 yellows out, so that's fine.
Yep, 1-2, that'll do.
There you go.
There it is.
18 and 17. So it's a 38-minute 10-end game. So half of 38 is 19. So they're both a little bit under the gun. They do have, what is it, 1 time out of provincials, Ryan, or is it 2?
Just 1. Yep.
Just 1. All
but
right.
you can talk to your coach when the other team is throwing, which is very interesting. That's a new rule.
Kind of the hockey style. When you're not part of the play, you're welcome to talk to the coach.
Yes. So I think that more than makes up for not having 2 timeouts.
And perhaps this before I say that, I'm going to chew on my own words. I was going to say maybe the 2 teams both said, let's have a quicker, simpler end. Sometimes coming back from a 5th end break, you just want an easy one. But going under the corner guard proves me completely wrong on that one.
Yeah, also a slightly... There we go. Especially with a little low on time, as we were seeing there.
Yeah, I was kind of picturing a up and down end or 2 just to pick up some spare seconds. But anyways, they have a corner guard. They're electing to use it. No one will ever call that wrong.
Yeah, what my team likes to do to save a bit of time is on an open end. Right now we've got Cole Adams throwing the last shot, so we'll just have him go down to the other end. He won't even see the house. He'll just throw the open hit because we're confident that he knows how to throw an open hit well. And the save's about a minute because it takes a lot of time for someone to come all the way down the ice, clean the rock, do their pre-shot routine. So that shaves off a big chunk of time.
Yeah, and if you say that another way, you're also trusting your third can ice a wide open hit.
Yes. Even if they can't, you can adjust the broom from the other end.
And make fun of them at the same time for not knowing how to ice a wide open hit.
Yep. It's all part of the fun.
Well, they went under the corner guard, didn't get it buried, so the rollback here happened. So yet another attempt at a double and roll. Curling up a little too much. 1. Going, not 2. That's an unfortunate force point sitting in the back. Not a lot of risk of giving up a steal, but you're certainly significant risk of being forced one.
Yep, and once again, an over curl when that was not the tolerance. The tolerance was to roll towards the corner guard. And of course, make the double would be nice.
Anyways, Gracelyn looking to just get rid of that red. Try not to set up any obvious doubles. Well, she didn't set up a double.
Yeah.
Well, another exchange of polite misses. Hilker sticking to her guns and trying to generate a 2 and use her corner. Looking for the draw. Get a little bit more buried this time.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity here.
We've seen lots of, how would I say it, well-executed draws. The weights haven't been erratic. As I say that, this one looks a little warm. It's got to stick around for shot. All right, there we go.
Nice.
A bit deeper than they were after, but that's okay. This is a testament to the amount of curl on this sheet. Gracelyn calling for a board weight hit and roll.
Yeah, even back in my day, you could barely make these. We were throwing 3 rotations back in juniors. Me and Cole were just talking about that.
This is probably
Good
my
time.
favorite shot in curling. The board weight, round the guard, polite takeout. Are they past the front? They are. And they want to roll a decent ways. Go, 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 go. They didn't want to leave the rollback to be too easy, because now the rollback might not even be shot rock. Nice hit and roll there. Hilker's kind of pot committed to using this corner guard after ignoring that open one. So hit and roll back under and try to induce a miss. Sweeper's on early again.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of an inward release.
Yeah, not a typical pop. And to that point, we might not even see it, feel it. Ooh, the silent takeout. Well, the good news is Hilker's likely going to have a decent shot for one, but this is kind of starting to feel like that last end again, where it's getting away and a steal may come out of the woodwork. Does she at any point regret not hitting that open one?
I don't know. I suppose the guard might have been a little long, knowing how much curl there is on the ice. But it seemed like a good opportunity in an even end to get your 2 points. So I don't mind it as long as they still get one here.
Good coaching, Ryan.
Thank you. Another
All right.
one of my multitasking talents.
Gracelyn looking to put this somewhere high in front of the 4 foot, somewhere in the 8, bite the 4, something where she can't hit to be shot, but can't make any too obvious easies. Nothing freezable. Try to keep the double count down. A little bit short there. There's a hit and roll or a draw to be shot. My gut feeling here is the intern draw. Because even if you leave a bit exposed, that back yellow one's a catcher. I'm picturing bite the button with the intern draw. How about you, Ryan?
Yeah, based on what we saw last end, I think it would be a good chance to draw as that practice draw and be able to see the path twice, so that Krysta Hilker can feel very confident on her last draw against multiple yellow rocks.
I just can't see this hit leading to a 2. Even if you make the double, you roll somewhere. Gracelyn's gonna, hit or draw back again, and you're still gonna be forced to 1 with a draw or a hit. Whereas you throw the draw, mostly buried, top button. Gracelyn maybe tries the run back, but you've had your practice draw. But if she makes a mistake, you got a shot for 2. Anyways, we're going for a double.
Opens it up, makes an easier shot for the last one, though. That last shot might be a draw.
Fair. All right, let's see what we got. Holding it straight again. Looking close. There's one. There's a second. Ooh.
Oh, did it get out?
I don't know as it did.
I don't think we can quite see that. Maybe we can see it from the overhead. Maybe.
Shouldn't. Well, I'd love to say it shouldn't matter, but if Grayson rolls out on this, that's going to be a very unfortunate force. Ooh, that's close. That is close.
Yeah.
So Gracelyn's looking to hit and stick this one to really cement the force 1. Hopefully, I can't say don't stuff it on the back one because we've seen crazier things this game. But if Gracelyn rolls out, that is going to be a tough choice for Hilker.
Oh, getting a little seasick here.
Someone's jumping with the camera.
Whoa. Somebody turned the airflow on.
holding the line. Looking for a hit and stick. There's the hit, and there's the rollout. Well, now, is that yellow one in? And do you, if it's close, do you assume the worst and draw for one, or assume the best and go for the blank? There you go. Drawing for one.
Fair enough. I like it.
Certainly can't risk the game snowballing on you with a 2 and a steal and a steal. So, it kind of sucks to be forced to take one, but you sure as heck wouldn't want to give up another steal here. That's a momentum killer, especially in the even end. All right, looking for the button, just like in practice, trying to get your one. This is Krysta Hilker. On the throw, we've got Sydney and Jamie escorting the rock down. They're on it. Not too much. Gotta be reasonable. Just gotta be probably full 8. How about right on the button? Going out with a turkey. All right, that's a 5-4 lead for Hilker. Going into 7. We'll be right back.
Hey, Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Welcome back, everybody. We're hanging out here over on Sheet A at the Alberta Provincial Qualifier. This is the men's and women's combined qualifier this year. A bit of a first for Alberta. It thus far seems to be going well. We have a tight one going. It's 5-4, Hilker lead after 6. It's been a bit of a back and forth, a trade of mistakes here and there, a few excellent shots intermixed with a couple of oopses. But hey, that's what makes it a sport, and that's what makes it exciting.
Darn right.
Pop the Thorn, that's Ryan in the background you can hear. We're coming to you live on Curl Stadium. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you're enjoying yourself. And once again, Ryan, we're seeing everything down the middle. We're kind of alternating. One end is everything down the middle, and then the next end gets a corner guard. Is that a even end, odd end thing, or what's your thoughts on that?
I'm not really sure. I don't take the odd or even end into account too much for the start of the end. Definitely makes you think about if a blank's better, or if you'd rather take one. But I think it's more so just how the teams are feeling, what they're comfortable with at the moment.
Sure. Our colleague Sean Joyce may have had a very different answer. He's sometimes fanatical about what end it is and carrying hammer into certain situations, but that just goes to show curling's got opinion built into it. So anyways, the play's kind of deep, a bit surprising early on. Both rocks under the tee line deep in the 4. Giving us some chances from freezes and angles. Always makes things more exciting anyway. Who doesn't love 6 rocks in the 4 foot?
Yes.
Skips. That's the answer.
I think it's kind of fun to try to blast them all out. But
yeah. It might be a different answer in league play than qualifying for the Scotties or the Brier, but hey, I get your enthusiasm. Who doesn't love smashing things?
Yes.
Okay, so Richards with the hammer wisely spreads the rocks a little bit, gets them out of the 4 foot. Hilker now looking to put it right back in there with a corner freeze. It's one of the simple tenets that I like to teach mixed doubles players. When you have hammer, spread your rocks out. When you don't have hammer, clump all the rocks together. Pretty easy basis of a strategy.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
Well, this has got a long way to curl, but the weight's really good. Nicely done. Nicely done. There is enough room there for a kind of hacker board weight hit and flop.
Oh, Rachel with the wrong rock again.
I'm telling you, there's a swingy one and a straight one. They just can't pick.
That's absolutely what makes sense to me.
All right, we're going with a hit. Get the straighter one. All right, looking for a little hit and flop. You might sit really nicely under that corner. Well, neither center nor truly corner guard. The hybrid guard.
Ooh, she doesn't look too happy about that.
Holding the line. Not holding the line. All right, can you get this one to stick around in the house? That's a nice plan B. Okay, no center guard. You got 3 yellows in the house. Certainly not going to call that a terrible mistake.
Yeah, it worked out all right.
It was a heck of a lot better than being wide and plowing the red into your own.
Yep. And that, kids, is why you throw hack weight and not normal weight at rocks. So you can have more plan Bs like that.
I'm laughing as the mid-20-year-old started that sentence with, and that, kids, is why.
Mid-20s? I'm only 25. That's early 20s, right?
Right? Sure.
Right?
That's how my math always works. There's 2 yellows. Nice throw. Nice throw. Double takeout. Did lose a shooter. There's a double left back. And the sneaky thing here is you can actually nose-ish double, but you can actually play the cross double and roll over to the side, which would be a really nice outcome for yellow. Anyways, let's see if we can get both reds out. Whoa, yes, whoa, yes, whoa. Whoa. This looks like stuff. Oh, there you go. Never mind. 2 in the corner.
Oh, yeah, that's my
Nicely done. I seemed a bit confused by that as it was coming in, but hey, it came out perfect. And all that want for rocks in play, there's no more rocks in play. Now, Hilker's actually behind the 8 ball a little bit again, because Gracelyn's sitting 2 fairly far apart, and no obvious doubles. So Hilker kind of has 2 choices, hit and roll towards the corner or hit and roll towards the yellow and hope some kind of double eventually sets up. They're looking to roll off to that left side, and they're just going to end up with a nose hit. It's a bit interesting that the team without hammer was thinking to hit and roll under the corner guard. The more typical there would have been to roll towards the other yellow to set up a potential double, but hey, to each their own. Yarmouth's looking to get that roll. Seems a little bit heavier than expected. That's what we were saying earlier. These ones don't tend to curl at all. To that point. Oy, a little tickle, but didn't get it out. And that's one of those things that might then make them not trust the sheet again. But she threw that one pretty hard and wide.
Yeah. But I'm sure they're timing the rocks, and that both teams would have a handle on if a rock is going harder than they expect. The sweepers should know even just by walking along with it.
Or jogging.
or running.
All right, Hilker looking to just get this yellow one out of play and shift gears to force. Forcing one in the 7th end would be a happy outcome. Ooh, don't roll this. Okay.
That'll be a nice confidence booster for Corinne there.
There's really no risk in trying this double as long as you hit one of the reds. I suppose if you hit and roll out, then she has a chance to roll under the corner guard, but then you're hitting the open one and it's still nothing fancy.
I don't know. That rock's in a really good spot. You might see a tight guard come up on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, got my hammers and not hammers backwards. Yes, center guard if she were to. Anyways, the point is the double is worth trying, even though it's a bit of a longer one. Ooh, also overthrown. Oh, no. All right, red one gone. Red one is gone. And yes, now the center guard, I would assume.
Yeah, that weight came in handy in the first end with the slash triple. I wish I still had that on a replay, but we can only see the previous replay. But you don't need to throw it super hard on all of them. I learned that the hard way this morning too. The peels were curling up about half a rock, and so naturally I threw an extra hard peel, and it did not curl an inch.
Yeah, as a coach, I struggle with people that think you need peel for a double takeout, because you really don't. It just gets into that bucket of comfort. It's more comfortable to throw it that hard because it's not going to curl, yada yada. But then you've taken your sweeper out of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am not a proponent of peel weight double takeouts. But again, there's some preference in there. If you practice it and throw it a lot, then do what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, if you can throw it well, it can help to throw more weight because you can hit the back rock thicker or thinner. But you got to be able to throw it well. And
exactly. Has to be 90% made kind of shot. Anyways, looking for the center guard here. Sweeper's indicating it's going to be a bit heavy.
Uh-oh, you don't want to slip in here.
Well,
this is not that bad, but it's a great opportunity for a steal if you threw a nice tight guard there.
Well, how does T-line sound? Mi casa, su casa. You miss, I miss. We all happy now.
Well, it is a tough double takeout. It's really thin both ways. I don't think it's half a rock. I think you're missing it with half.
It's a skinny half for sure. And everything goes flying out of the house.
And then they draw around the corner
and force you one. My inclination was hit and roll in front of the other red one, or even in under the corner. But yeah, what she just showed was my first thought.
Yeah,
hit and roll two rocks to the right as we're looking at it. Red does get left shot, but they're right there. It's hard to get the yellow one out when you're 2 feet in front of the other one. And then the blank comes into play because the hit does require the shooter to roll out.
You might see another guard in that case, but I'm not sure.
I would be okay with that, though, because then you're still going to have a chance for something. Like, you got to throw a great guard, or it's a little clunk for 2, because you don't got to move it 3 feet.
For sure.
Anyways, I like the hit and roll. That's my preference here.
I agree. I think the dream shot would be to make that out turn thin double and spin your shooter towards the corner guard.
Sure,
but that's pretty tricky. It's tricky enough to make the double, let alone roll it to the perfect spot.
That's a 9th or 10th end in real trouble kind of shot. I need to make this wiki-tiki double and roll buried. I'm not sure you do that in the 7th end, but hey, it's there. It would be delightful. And you would have to have that on replay because we'd want to watch it at least twice.
Oh, you know it.
All right, looking for the hit and flop.
Actually, this might be the double. That's a lot of weight.
I was just going to say, that is a lot more weight than I was expecting. And they're sweeping. There you go. Dink, bink. And stick it. Oh. Well, there you go. They did 2/3 of your play. But to our other point, it just leaves Hilker with the bury one over here in force anyway. A little bit thinner, and that may have played out as you called it.
Well, and once again, to your earlier point about you don't need PO weight to make those shots. If you throw maybe even a normal weight at that, your shooter isn't flying out of the house, right? You have a better chance of sticking it around.
Boeing 787 leaving the house is not necessary.
Yep. Yeah. All right, kids, you saw how fast those rocks were flying, so you don't need your PO weight.
But it was a nice double. So that was probably
well
the primary
done.
purpose.
The main job. Open up the forefoot.
Yeah.
Easy one now.
They just really enjoy doing everything opposite of what we're thinking. Keeps it more lively.
Yep.
So just looking to bury this one. It's not going to be a huge imposing threat, but it is a rock that will force. Just got to be mostly buried. Ooh, that's sneaky. That's probably showing enough that she'll go after it.
In the 7th end, I think so.
You'd hate to be down 6-4, but that's a good chunk of the rock. So, funny enough, we've seen a couple of these wildly over. I'm not sure we've seen many of these actually made. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping for a good shot here from Gracelyn. Let's keep this game close.
But yeah, you can see pretty much all you need. If you're hitting it much thicker than that, you'd probably be sticking around.
Yes, that's a good point.
So,
the guard is actually imaginary.
Yep.
All right, looking for a hit and roll out. Last rock here in the 7th end. Still pretty speedy, so that's going to take the curl out of it. Looking to make some curl. Ooh, whoa.
Oh, no.
Ay! A silent takeout to wrap up the end. That's a steal of 1 for Hilker on the last 2 of the end. 6-4 lead. We'll be right back.
Curling Alberta's 50/50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Welcome back, curling fans. This is round robin play at the Alberta Women's Provincial Qualifier action in Okotoks. We've had quite the back and forth match. There's been twos, there's been steals, there's all kinds of goods and bads. Ryan putting Mr. Skip on the spot. Down 2. You have hammer and 2 out of 3 ends. Do you dial up the pressure or not?
Yeah, I think in this situation you put 2 corner guards up. We've seen not a lot of success this game from teams coming around that corner guard. We've seen the other team freezing up to it or even chipping it out. So it'd be nice to have 2 options for that. This could be a good chance for that. You hit it just a little off nose, you have 2 off center, or if you roll a little further, you spin into the house. But you really want to push hard for your deuce here. If you do not score at least 2 points, then in 9 or 10, you have to steal or score 3 if you want to eventually win the game.
Correct.
And that's quite an uphill battle.
Take 2, give 1, take 2 is a winning strategy still. So cautious pressure. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
This is also a bit thin. Is it going to stick around?
Gotta stay.
That red one's not leaving either, but that's secondary to keeping your yellow one in play.
And it makes things interesting. If you put another yellow corner guard on the other side, it's pretty tricky for Team Hilker to peel. If they could easily jam it on either red rock if you put it right in the middle, nice and tight to the house.
Mm-hmm. Hilker electing the conservative approach, and if there aren't 2 yellows in the house, you can't score 2. They can't peel the guard yet because they're still in the 5 rock rule. Asking for a little bit of curl on this one. Doesn't have a big piece. It has a little piece. Okay. Yellow gone. Now that corner guard's useful because you will be second. And that's kind of the point here. Sit second rock, get them to chase your guard for a little while, and then hopefully you have a reasonably easy shot on your last for 2. Rachel looking for fully buried T-line-ish. It's really cutting. Ooh, looks like they picked the right rock. That was a perfect draw. I know that was our cutter or a straight one, but they picked the right one.
Yep.
We're going to go with it, pick the cutter. All right, Hilker, as expected, getting rid of the guard. No guard, you can't give up more than 2. Or unlikely to give up more than 2, I should probably say. Sweeper's working it hard again. This one's really moving. Yellow. Oosh. Ooh, they even cozied a little front rock. Won't call it a center guard, but pretty darn close. Gracelyn looking to make use of that rock now. Call it a center guard and get the play into the 4-foot. She could have elected to throw up a corner guard again, but then you're ignoring the shot rock, possibly not what she wants to do. Rachel just threw a spectacular draw on her last one. Look for the same thing here. It's coming in nicely. Sweepers like it. Just like that.
Nicely done.
Very nice shot. Hilker electing to ignore that one and just get rid of the other yellow. Not a lot she can do with that middle yellow right now, so take the easy one. This is Karen Flory's first to the end. Look pretty close to nose. Possibly thinking, hey, if we can milk a couple of nose hits in a row out, we'll get a sneaky hit and roll. Gracelyn not chasing it wisely. Looking instead to actually play basically a double off of her own by the looks of it. So yellow into red, shooter rolls across into the other red. The downside being all of your yellows will pop out into the open. Woo, 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 woo. Whew. Oof. I'm not sure I'm willing to call that a good outcome.
Actually, it might be an okay angle. I think it jams on the very side red rock if you make this double.
Oof. I don't know. I think I'm throwing it regardless. To me, that yellow goes underneath the red.
Oh, I don't know, Gord.
Well, let's see
in a second.
I bet weekend coffee. I say it goes under. You say it jams. Let's see who gets to buy each other coffee.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow, yellow, underneath, through the port. Ryan owes me coffee.
No, I meant the other.
Oh, that one over there. Okay. I didn't see it. That corner of my screen was hidden. I thought you were saying that one on the edge of the...
That's okay. It rolled very far. We're going to call it a tie.
We'll call it a split.
Yep.
You're right, though. That did keep a yellow in play, so Gracelyn can chase a red, or she can draw underneath, whichever tickles her fancy. It did keep a yellow in play. You're absolutely right.
But Team Richards has got some work to do to get those 2 points. We're not quite in Skip's Deuce territory yet, so that's good news for them.
She's electing to delay this Skip's Deuce. Try a hit and stick over here. Hopefully to reduce the red rock count.
Yeah, and that's a better weight from Emma Yarmich.
Very nice. Now, to your point, if Hilker doesn't stick this one or rolls to a bad spot, then that yellow one's suddenly coming back as a great friend. If I'm Emma, I'm almost picturing rolling clean across the house to that other yellow one. I don't really like any position this side of the house short of rolling away. I suppose one rock either way is still fairly safe. Yeah, I think in my ideal world, I'd like to cross the center line and head over towards that other yellow one just in case. But hey, get rid of the yellow one. That's the objective.
Yeah, that would be a nice roll right behind the guard.
Well, we're basically going for nose now.
That's a great shot too. I think the double takeout rolls out of the house, which is no good.
Correct. Going for the Skip's Deuce.
A high five
being quick
from my
about
sister Rachel, very supportive. Oh.
I'm thinking they're feeling the pressure of the clock a little bit. Helping each other out. All right. Calm your nerves. Draw the forefoot. Bury it under the guard. Great setup for a possible 2.
Oh, the nerves can't be that bad. This is the B event. I was playing in the C quarterfinal this morning.
Yeah,
they don't
at least
know
one
nerves.
life left to live, right?
Yep. But it's a life you'd like to save until the last possible moment.
To your point, I earlier said round robin play, and it's not. It's a triple knockout, right?
Yes. Sorry, I must have missed that.
No, I was flip-flopping between events. So this is 14-9. That's got to be pretty close. Sneak it past the guard. The line is great. Shot rock. Don't go too far out the other side. Okay. They could have afforded to left that. Well, I guess then the run back's easier. So, let's call that a great shot. Just a bit of a shame it stuck out a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's deep enough that they're just going to go with the run back.
So there's a bit of danger here. You catch it a little high, jam the yellow on the back red.
That's bringing in a 3 all of a sudden. Yep. With that, we didn't quite do our bet properly. Yellow in the back corner.
Yes. But sometimes you just got to make the shot. There's not really tolerance either direction. But Krysta's been very close on her takeouts. I think she'll be close on this one and might just stick it right there and force Gracelyn to draw to the edge of the 4 foot for 1.
So look at just a little bit high side of nose. Just about nose hit. Pretty close. Let's see what we got. Ooh, we're a little thin. Get up there, get up there, get up there. All right.
Oh,
well,
goodbye, Yellow Rock.
no threes.
No threes.
No threes. Just a bit thin on that. To your point, it's almost better because it was getting real close to that stick it on the back red. Draw for 2 here for Gracelyn Richards in the 8th end. That'll tie up the match. Keep this exciting.
I might test my predictive score skills again here. We'll see how it's looking partway down the sheet.
Gauge the sweepers. That's how I do it.
Exactly. Yeah, they're pretty good
Positive
sweepers.
release.
I taught my sister everything she knows about sweeping. So.
And then she learned from someone else. You're a skip. What do you know about sweeping?
Everything. I know a lot about sweeping. I just don't sweep. I hate sweeping.
Oh, there you go. 13-8. That's not light. They threw 13 or 14-8 on the last one. Is it going to stick? Is it going to stick? Ooh, they get away with a bit of a heavy. That's a 2-point shot. Tie game after 8. We'll be right back.
This needs to be the fastest last-minute pregame snack run ever seen.
That's right. The fans of great taste are going wild.
Can he make it? Yes! He's done it! Original 16. You can celebrate every win.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Tour thing.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the B round in the ladies qualifiers of the Alberta Provincials. Looking for a chance to go to the Scotties. Got a few more wins to put up on the board. 9 ends in the bank. It's a 6-6 tie. Hilker with the hammer. Blanked end, Ryan? Take 2? Where are you going with this?
Since it's the 5 rock rule now with the free guard zone, I'd say the blank's feeling good. If you score 2, the other team if they make their shots, they should be able to get their 2 points and maybe even a 3 if they're going to be pushing hard. So, no need to take that risk. Let's be in control in the last end and have faith in yourself to make that last shot really nice.
Gracelyn interestingly threw a really long guard on her first one. well, I should say the team, Richards threw a really long guard on the first one, not Gracelyn herself, but not where I was expecting to see that in a tie game.
And this is surprising me a lot. Feels like you're putting the blank in place, since after the next 2 shots, Team Hilker's just going to peel the guard. So
Correct.
You're only going to have 2 yellows in play at any one given time.
I was not expecting a hit on this. That is not taking advantage of the 5 rock rule.
No. Well, you don't really have a good opportunity to without the hammer.
At the same time, that rock was pretty high in the house. If you threw another guard, you actually basically have 3 guards.
Yeah, you could come, and that's if you go watch the 10th end of our curling game, that's exactly how our 10th end played out. We came around, we were up 1 with the hammer. We had a guard early on, there was another guard that ended up there, and we looped around everything to the back button, and that ended up being the winning point.
Yeah. A rock in the 12-foot can be a guard on swingy ice. Anyways, hit and roll out by Hilker. Neither great nor bad. Less rocks in play is not going to give her grief. Richards looking to go around the outside of that really long guard. I'm still a bit surprised that they aren't trying to get a better center guard out of it. Now, you can make the statement of throw this one in the can, they peel the guard, you throw a better guard, and back and forth. But that guard's so long, they can hit pretty much any rock in the house.
Yeah, I am not a fan of how this end has been played so far.
Brother, sister, chat later.
Yes.
Anyways, Hilker looking to hit and roll off to the side, maybe cling around in the 12-foot, a nice chance for a second point. Or maybe even just to distract the Richards team with a few hits in the wings. But objective number 1, get rid of the yellow. There's the hit. There's the roll. Over into the quasi 12-foot. Nice shot. And this is where...
So what's the plan here? Like, you would have figured that was going to happen, even if it was fully buried. The guard's too long; they could just hit it out.
Yep. Yeah, I think the moment they threw the long center guard, it kind of became this is going to be 1 in the 10th end. It really feels like both teams are kind of walking towards a blank, or maybe an excuse me force, but. And I imagine that guard's going to go away. There you go.
Well, for example, my team, we were in the same situation, tied in the 9th end, and our plan was to throw 2 center guards because we knew we needed that offense to be able to force. We ended up getting a steal out of it because we executed a great end. But if we didn't have those 2 guards, I don't think we would have had any room to work with.
Yeah, the long guard to me wasn't the mistake. The mistake was the shot after that not being a tight guard.
Right.
But that said, you're not going to lose the game in this end the way it's playing out.
But you are giving away control over the outcome. It's now up to the other
You
skip.
are gift wrapping advantage to your opponent.
Yes. But again, at least this is a B event. If you're going to learn a hard lesson, let it be in the A or the B.
Or a different event that's not a provincial qualifier to the Scotties. But hey, point well made.
Yep.
All right, well, this is going to be a back and forth. No one's going to lose a lot of time. Maybe it's a good chance for Kaylee to take a peek at the cameras because we're just going to trade hits.
And I must admit, I'm still a bit surprised. I would have expected a tight guard there. You slip in, it's all right, but
it really is playing out like they've already resigned this end.
Yep. I hope they realize it is the 9th end. that would be.
Oops, this is an 8.
Son of a. Yep.
I'm not going to argue with you. All right, that's a That's a really good shot of the camera. There we go. Woo. Gracelyn just looking to keep trading rocks. Nothing fancy. I don't know. I certainly wouldn't be hedging my bet on such an egregious mistake from Hilker that you're going to get a gimme steal here. So everything, well, I guess unless you're kind of thinking maybe they stuff their peel.
Oh, well,
there we go. 6 and almost 7 minutes each. That's plenty for an end and a half.
Uh-oh, Gord, you can't say 6-7. The kids are going to be all over that one. Have you heard of the 6-7 joke?
No.
No, you don't want to. No.
All right. Well, 6 and 6.9 minutes each. No sevens allowed in this conversation.
Yes.
Well, that
I'm
roll
sure
by
our
Team
young fans
Hilker,
will be filling you in the chat.
No, it's all right. They don't need to enlighten this old dog on the latest thing. Hilker had a nice roll to the wing there. That A makes the path different for the hit, and B makes a future blank a shorter roll. I don't know about you, but I actually prefer hit and roll for blank in the edge of the house as opposed to the back middle.
Yeah, if I had to choose, same here. If I'm in that situation, I'll often try to roll away on my first shot.
Yeah.
To be able to have that chance.
All right. Gracelyn looking to just stick that one, possibly roll back to the middle a little bit. Got to come up a bit. There you go. There's the hit. All right, sticks it out there. It's all right. Hilker will be happy to just leave hers in that same spot. This would be a great chance to see what this shot does. And if it's nice and straight, then that makes the hit and roll out super easy.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of picturing a solid normal. Get about 4 inches of curl and everybody's happy. Maybe let's say 6, half a rock. The rest of the team looks kind of chilly in the background. All right. Hilker looking to stick the hit out in the 12. Little speed wobble. Sweeper's holding the line. 9.5. That's pretty close to normal. Certainly got thinner than she expected, but is going to stick around. So that makes Gracelyn go after it.
Yeah, it'll still be a short roll. It's nice when it's in the back of the house, too.
Yeah, a lot nicer than top 8. All right, Richard thinking, let's just drill this on the nose and hope for a mistake. A little bit more of a controlled weight. Give the sweeper some work to do. Rachel with the, call it 75% sweep.
That's my 100% sweep right there.
Like I said, yours, kid. You taught her everything you knew. You just couldn't demonstrate.
Exactly.
That's what coaching is. I can show you what not to do and then help you do what you should do.
That's the spirit.
Well, that was the slogan of a good colleague of ours, Andy Jones. I can show you what not to do and then help you do it right.
Oh, it does sound familiar. He might have said that at Alberta Rocks way back.
Yeah. He has certainly been curling a long time, but not quite at this caliber. So that's where the roots of that are. All right. Hilker looking to blank the end. A little less weight than our first one, but still plenty. Sweeper's on it. Getting a bit tight to the nose. Ooh, across the face, girls. Ay!
Oh, no.
That was Richard's plan, I guess. Hilker forced one in 9. 7-6 lead. We'll be right back.
Curling Alberta's 50/50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
It was 92.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the last end of a roller coaster match between Gracelyn Richards and Krysta Hilker. It's been back and forth in this B event slugfest. A few mistakes here and there, some great shots all over the place. Kind of a wonky ninth end. We didn't know what Gracelyn was after, but hey, she got exactly what she was after, a force of 1. So, Ryan, how does Gracelyn play this end?
Well, they got a really nice rock to start off with, half in the 8 foot. It's tough to come around that. It's tough to freeze to that. A little surprised, no corner guard, but if you're going to make it that good, maybe you don't even need a corner guard.
Yeah.
I think ultimately in this last end, it's going to be whoever learns from their mistakes better. As you said, we've seen some mistakes a lot in the first few ends, but still some lingering mistakes throughout the game. And whoever's going to adjust better is going to take.
It's kind of funny, the way the last end played, and then here with Gracelyn going around the center and not throwing a corner, almost makes me think that they feel like stealing is very doable. Because like last end, if you go into blank, you're kind of half forced to steal. Here, you're playing around the center, which means forced 1 is a very realistic outcome, which then kind of makes you think maybe they think they're going to be able to pull a steal. So maybe it's as simple as that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to ask Rachel later.
I will agree with you. When you need 1 or 2, you don't generally rush around their center guard. But strategy is a fun thing. It's not all done the same way. There you go. That was an attempt to go kind of half under that yellow rock. A little wide and a little heavy. It's not terrible back there. It could become a useful rock later. It's deep enough that it's not chopping the scoring zone off. Red looking to be first to the 4 foot here. First one into the 4 foot quite often has a good advantage. So Hilker's looking to get that edge. This one's also hanging out there quite a bit. Perhaps the sheet has changed a little. Can't tell if the game beside them has come off or not, but clearly they both expected that to curl more than it did.
Yeah, both got to the exact same line.
The initial indication here was hit and roll away. You don't need to score 3. Hit and roll under maybe is a little too deep and open for a freeze. Certainly don't want to jam on the back one. Frankly, roll either way is reasonable. You just don't want to jam on the back one. All right, there. Didn't. Rolling out. Would have been nice to bite in the 12. Those quite often come back to be the winning point. In my head, you roll into the edge of the 12, and then you actually want that back yellow one to disappear somewhere along the way. But that's not the way it's playing out. Red looking again to draw into the 4-foot. This also doesn't seem to want to come across, and is light on top of it all. Line might have been okay with the right weight. Can't really call that a good mistake either. Guards are useful, but that's almost corner guard. It's certainly helping Gracelyn's middle stuff. So, Ryan, do you say, you know what, I'm doing good here, put more yellows in the house, or do you clean up?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the cleanup. We'll get Jess, the coach, out onto the ice here.
This is always one of those funny things. The temptation is to go into the house, but if it doesn't work out, then your coach says, for the love of Pete, why didn't you clean up?
Yeah.
But if you go to clean up and you only get one, then it's like, oh man, why didn't we make use of all those guards? So at the end of the day, execution is key.
Yeah, I don't mind the peel on this one. Like you're saying, you don't need 3 points. They already got their 2 points. Not locked up, they're not in the 4-foot. There's room to come around on both turns, so it's a bit of risk here. Straight peel is a simple call. You can peel the next one on the next shot and have access to that top 8 yellow for a nice run back for the win later. I like the straight peel. If you could try to get the side red one on the way, but I think it's kind of helping you right now. There's a hole between those guards if you ever needed to chase a rock with soft weight, and you could drive the red rock back into the house. So no need to mess around. And a perfect peel from Rachel. I taught her how to peel as well.
Yeah, it's you really would have liked to move 2 reds if cleaning was what you were after. So now it's still kind of no man's land.
But there is still that hole in the middle between the reds, so I think they're okay for now.
I'm kind of wondering if you actually play the out turn here.
Yeah.
If you get half a rock even around that yellow in the 4-foot, that's really hard to hit with that yellow in the back.
Absolutely.
This strikes me as the harder path to pick, but still makeable. You can be shot this way. I'm not sure this is going to make it. Again, they're suddenly struggling with getting the line and the weight paired, unless they were going for another center guard. I kind of missed that if that was the plan. Won't call that a bad spot. Does run the risk of Gracelyn just saying, to heck with it all, I'm putting mine in the 4-foot, come and take it away from me. I do think they were tapping 4-foot, but that's really short of the 4-foot.
I think they did end up settling on the guard. The in-turn draw was always going to be a tricky shot. Probably need to go out a bit wider to make that. looking to waste some rocks, I guess, with the guard. Both teams happy to peel and replace for now, I guess. Time is running short. The sands of time are slipping away on us here.
Advantage is in Team Richards' court. Ooh. Well, that changes things quite a bit. That was not the one they were looking to get rid of.
I think it was, actually.
Oh, that's another
But
one.
playing it tight to the guard, because I think they're pretty happy to open up that yellow rock. It's a great result, even if they weren't playing it.
Yeah, I don't know. You just opened your rock up for them to do something with it.
I suppose.
It was fairly nicely hidden. I'm not saying you should play the double, but you could. You could hit and roll under everything, which would open up the race to the 4-foot. You still have this draw to the 4-foot with that backside catcher. I was just a bit surprised that they picked that guard to peel. I was expecting the front one to go into the pile in some manner.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Because now both teams have access to that yellow one, but they're still opting for the draw. You make this really good, it'll still work out.
6 rocks to come. This end can go any direction. Looking to go just around the yellow. Or no, now we're going right into the yellow. Sneaky little shot there.
Oh, I don't know.
Call it a setup at best.
You think they can make that tap back later on, come around the high guard?
I'm even thinking now the yellow double leaves you shot regardless, as long as you clip that back yellow one.
Right. But some bad news. It is Team Richards up to throw. There might be a third yellow one in there pretty soon. Bad news for Team Hilker. Good news for Team Richards.
Yes, I'm not saying that crashing on the front one was by far a good plan, but a rock in the top of the house in the control-ish area is often useful.
Yeah, very useful.
So this is that same path where they've seen suddenly very little curl. They really got to get this one to walk over a bit so there isn't a clearly obvious hit.
Oh, that might be just good enough.
It's straight enough over there now that I don't know that I would try that shot. But if you believed you could get curl, that is a tasty little hit and roll. Throw like back line hack and just chip off of it. The upside of that is yellow is sitting 3, and none of them are obvious plays. That cut that draw path off. Their misthrow on the last one really cut down the out-turn draw. I kind of feel like you have to play on the center, the yellow biting center, just to open up a chance.
Yeah, if I'm throwing this right now, I would try to hit that red right on the nose. Yeah, like they're talking about.
The yellow.
Maybe you can try for the double, but more important is just controlling the front of
exactly.
that house.
Something in that vein. Nose it, you're sitting a tappable rock. If you're a little thin and you make the double, you roll to the edge, you got a rock you might be able to come in off of later. But yeah, I think you have to play on this one to give yourself a hope on your last.
Yep, agreed. Oh, there's the time.
Nicely done.
2 minutes left. That's plenty. And they still have a timeout, I believe. Team Richards does not.
Hilker has their timeout still. Richards got lots of time in the bank. Fade to black.
Oh, masterful.
Transition.
Yes.
All right. Hit the front yellow, stick it, or slight roll with a maybe double. Give yourself a chance on your last one. Early sweep, that's not a good sign because wide's the way to miss this one.
You got to get past your red one.
Oh! Oy. All right. There's that control zone. Tappable rock.
Oh, I thought it was hitting one of those red rocks. I didn't know which one it was going to hit.
I was half expecting the tickle on the second yellow and bounce and slide over. But hey, they got it past. Good sweep.
Yeah, great shot. Great sweep.
Yellow's still sitting 2. Has a chance here to throw a third one into play. Get it partly buried into the 4-foot, and red's going to have a really nasty tap to try to bail out of this mess.
And it's nice that Team Richards left the previous shot a little bit open. They can slash that in if all else fails.
Correct. Make the most of a half shot. That's not a bad idea. That's called a good miss. All right. Looking for top 4, maybe full 4, decent chunk buried. This seems to be the swingy side.
Oh, no.
And this is light.
Oh, I don't know if you want to curl it.
Well, you kind of guard the tap, but she's just going to throw her draw there now.
Yeah.
So, this sheet is suddenly tilted. Everything right to left as we look is swinging like crazy. Left to right has lost all of its curl. So, if you get the broom in the right spot, you could very much bury this on the can under those reds. And then, to your point, that yellow one might be your saving grace.
Yeah, and it would be lost behind all those rocks.
Yep. There's plenty of curl over there. They did open up the ice. Hopefully it doesn't suddenly become too much ice. Seen that happen a time or two. But hey, all things assuming they have it all right, let's see where they drop this.
Needs somewhere in the 8-foot. Team Richards has the win as we speak.
Hilker looking to chop some yellow counters out of play. Looking to put this in the 4-foot. Looking for the curl. Haven't found it yet.
Heavy,
looks a bit heavy.
Yeah.
13-3. That's definitely not light.
Uh-oh.
There's that curl, though. There's the curl. It's buried. It's shot. Decision time. Draw for 1 or slash for the win.
With the curl, I think they could even play the heavy draw, make sure you get your 1, but tap it through. You just got to move it a rock and a half. It's not too far.
Yeah, you're edge on edge, so you can get to it. She cleared that yellow or that front red rock by probably 4 or 5 inches. So I think you're right. You could play this with backline, maybe hack, push that red back 2 feet.
Yeah, all you need is to hit half of that red rock with enough speed, backline or hack, like you said.
The safety in that being if you're a hair light, you still get your 1 for the tie.
Yep.
As long as you can confidently put your broom down after seeing so many curl crazy. So that's the exact same broom that Krysta just used. So if you throw it 6 feet heavier, that could be a problem. So I'm going to run with the assumption that they're calling draw to it. And if everything is wonderful, let's sweep for the tap. What do you think?
I think you're bang on.
All right, so we're kind of picturing, let's call it a 13-2 to 13-4 draw. And then see what magic they can come up with. A little less ice. Granted, Krysta did pass the guard plenty. Gracelyn's last rock of the end. Possibly last rock of the game. Rachel with an early clean. Not too aggressive. Oh, there they go. It's got the curl. Can they get the tap?
I don't think it's moving fast enough to move it.
13-9. I don't know. I don't think so. Can they get it by the front? Oh! Oh! The spin in for 1. Kind of a crazy play. They get their 1. That's a tie game after 10. Richards sneaking out the tie. We'll be back for the extra end shortly.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you.
Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
All right, here we go. Extra end action. Team Hilker with the hammer.
Welcome back, everybody. This is a one-end match. Tied after 11. Hilker with the hammer. I would love to call that the advantage. The last few ends really haven't quite played out that way, so let's just call it a coin flip at this point and see what magic they can come up with. Richard, expectedly, starting off with the center guard. Hilker has a whole Rolodex of choices here, electing to put hers into the forefoot first. It's always a nice pressure shot. First to 4 is never a bad idea. Will be interesting to see if the sheet's a bit imbalanced on the curl again. Last end we saw the, call it Stan's side, I believe it was, swinging really hard, and the player's side being a bit straighter. So that would echo that.
And we played a game on sheet A earlier this week, as well as the pre-event practice, and we did notice a tilt for sure. I think it wasn't as obvious earlier on, perhaps because of the sharper rocks, but as they've been smoothing in and the rocks are just curling a little bit less, you can start to see the sheet shape a bit better now.
All right, well, Richard's looking to follow that down, put a bit of a corner freeze on.
Yes, and well-placed center guards to start off with.
That is a pair of nice guards. Yep. Now, the danger is Hilker's going, hey, thanks for the guards. Now, obviously, you like it when it's yours and not theirs, but that's still a pair of nice guards to put someone in the forefoot.
For sure, that's the risk, but it's a risk you got to take. I'm glad to see they didn't hit the rock in the house.
Yeah, I apologize slightly. I read it as freezing down to the corner of that red one, but the center guard is also a good choice. Now we're going to be in tap land. You got to get those reds under the tee line, but make a big wall of backing, ideally. So Gracelyn's looking to have this center side red. Oh, got to get the straight rock. Looking to just tap that center red one back, call it 3 feet. Rachel's had very good control over draw weight today.
Yes, and we haven't really noticed anything from different rocks, so seems to be managing that well, from a distance at least.
Working it to get past the guard. It's going to be close. Spore by. It's going to overcurl a little bit. Oosh. All right. Not what they were after. A bit light. Useful rock. Sitting third. Hilker electing to ignore what's going on in the house and just going to start clearing guards. That's to be expected. On, off, on, off. There's one. Ooh, just misses the double peel, but doesn't leave her red one up front. So that's one less guard and didn't leave one back. So that's fine. I think that rolled far enough not to be in the draw line.
Yeah, I think it's really good. It's definitely the way to miss it. If you hit it too thick, you might just slam it back into the rocks in the house and leave Richards sitting 2 on the 4-foot buried. So the single peel is plenty fine, and now Team Richards has to make lots of good guards. I don't know if this one's getting all the way over. They're really trying.
Dying a little bit short. Oosh. Those long guards can be hard and intimidating, but that's an unfortunate error. So Hilker now looking to just get rid of this other center one, and Team Richards' lifeline is getting a hair thin. We got 2 reds in the 4-foot and going to be a shortage of guards. Bye-bye, Guardy.
Yep.
All right.
Throws from Jamie Scott. Second on Team Hilker.
Yarmouth being asked to put a guard back up there. Sit one on the center line. Hope for a mistake. If they just keep trading rocks, they're going to be over a real barrel in how to deal with that stuff in the house. Maybe there's a nose double, but I have a hard time seeing both reds leave. I have to get a look at that later. For now, looking for a center guard. Gonna have to throw a center at least twice.
It's going to be, you can double the reds out, but it'll be really tough to sit 2.
Yep.
It's no good to only sit 1. So we might see some sort of tippy-tappy shot on maybe even this next shot, or Gracelyn's first. Probably Gracelyn's first. You don't want them to blast everything out right away.
Well, there's the peel, as expected. And the one more kick at the guard. All right. Garmisch being asked to just throw a nice simple guard. Good for the stats, but man, hard to picture the win right now.
But the stats are what matter, really, right?
Who doesn't want to be 100% curler without a win? All right, center guard. Mission accomplished. 4 out of 4. 100% on the stats. And the peel. So, winding ahead a little bit. What creative shot does Team Richards have? What's Gracelyn's?
I don't know. This was a little tight out of the hand. Oh,
yeah, just crossing over.
I guess it's enough, but it's scary.
Didn't they already use their timeout?
I think they get one for the extra end.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They get an extra one. I'm like, wait a second.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't play extra ends. We like to win or lose it in 10. But
all right. So you could tap your yellow one. Maybe get everything spinning a little bit to the left. You could drill your yellow one, get both reds out, but you probably lose a yellow. That doesn't exactly scream win.
Yeah.
I'm kind of picturing like hacked a board, hit 3/4 of the yellow one. The one red pops out and everything kind of spills into a line down the center line. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm envisioning a similar shot, except a little thinner. Thinking of planting that yellow onto the red rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully keeping your shooter there, and then just spin the top 4 red just to the T line and have it lined up. I think that'd be a really good result, like you're saying.
If you get the angle right, you should have yellow, yellow, red, somewhat in a line-ish. You could get your shooter to roll farther over. That's also reasonable, I suppose. Give you an in-off potential, but you wouldn't want to leave an obvious double. I'm trying to picture them sitting kind of 3 in a row so that the return hit is not delightful.
Right. Line the yellows up onto the red.
Yeah,
instead
picture
of the yellow
in front of yellow in front of
nosing.
red in a line of 3.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty good. Pretty.
I even think the red one would be under the T line if you did that. On it at the least, kind of to your point. I don't see any. Could you corner freeze yours with the intention of drilling it on your last one?
So precise. I guess it's all precise now.
Of course. You can't throw the guard again because they might very well just guard it back. They are already biting the button. Or they peel it again.
Well, that could be a sneaky way to win the game. You always have a very, very long angle run back if you were to stick it onto the yellow. And if they throw up a guard, maybe that's the best way to win. That seems a bit far-fetched. But
seems like they've settled on hit the outer portion of theirs. That's not a lot of ice. Kind of feels like they're throwing. Let's see. This is the swingy side of the sheet. So is this control?
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm gonna guess
entirely
board.
on board with this. I would think board would be great. This isn't a lot of ice for board.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, it's not a heavy kick. They're sweeping it early. Gotta stay on the high side. How about the low side?
Oh, we got.
This is bad news. Well,
that sprung a lot easier than I thought. Holy smokes!
That was a 10, so she did throw control.
My brain has just exploded. Apparently, I don't understand physics at all. Let's see this again. I thought that Red Rock was going to have a much harder time leaving. I guess I'm used to curling club rocks. But great throw. Spun it all the way through. I think only sitting 1. Maybe 2. Maybe.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I do think it overcurled a little. Kind of what we were saying. If you got that a little bit thinner, then that yellow, red, yellow would all be a little bit more aligned.
Right.
Hilker really doesn't have a lot of choice here. Has to get rid of that 1 in the front of the forefoot. That's an ugly rock. Hit and roll pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, roll out.
Yep. Do anything but leave it there. Don't jam it on the back one. Hit and roll away. Then Richards has what? Freeze the back one? Corner freeze her own? Draw
could throw a top 12, make her draw to the forefoot. It's a bit of a weird draw path with the close to center corner guard.
Yeah. So, mission: get rid of yellow. Don't leave your red one in the middle there. Whoa, whoa.
Screaming on it.
Whoa!
Oh. Oh dear.
That's not ideal. I remember your story about drawing back button to win your game.
Oh, I wasn't the one who drew there. I drew to the back 8.
Back 4, back 8. Anyways.
But my second, Derek, made a beautiful draw to the back of the pin.
I'm picturing that is now the guard. You need to be shot behind it. Probably below the T line so that it's not a gimme run back, it's not too open, so on and so forth.
Yeah, if I could choose the spot, pretty much right on that pin. I think that's golden.
They are using the swingy side, so yeah, you might be able to get buried and on the pin. And that's a 4-foot run back. That's not an obvious one.
Though she did just throw that pass.
Well, to give your team a chance, let's draw the button. Sweepers don't seem to mind it. Oh, it's curling. There's that pickup of the swing. Gotta get past the guard.
Again, looks a bit heavy, but the line's tight. Trying to balance that.
Taking the chip. Did you get the lucky spin under? Oh. To your point, too heavy to sweep it. Curled too much to get it by. Wide open hit for the win here for Hilker. Don't rush this. That's way too easy to do. We've all done it a time or two in our life.
Yep.
This is where your routine is critical. You got time. Deep breath, the whole 9 yards. Clean throw. Hit and stick for the win. That back yellow is the potential winner if this rolls too far. All right, last rock of the game here in the 11th end of a seesaw battle of excitement. Hilker trying to stick it for one. Let's see what we got. Clean throw, certainly control, more like normal. Sweeping it hard. Can they hold it? Oh, can they hold it? No! That is a steal of 2 for Richards and a 9-7 win here in the 11th end. Thank you all for joining us. This has been an exciting game. Thank you, Ryan and Kaylee, for being here to join in the fun. And I encourage you all to come back and watch another draw later today, tomorrow, and the next day. On behalf of all of us here at Curling Stadium, thank you and have a great afternoon.
Curling Alberta's 50-50 supports grassroots curling with a jackpot of at least $50,000. I know! Brace yourself. Join us aged 18 plus in nurturing these future curling stars. Support grassroots curling with Curling Alberta.
RME and New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Alberta's Summit of Champions. With 24 locations in Alberta, RME is your preferred CNH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.